Welcome. Welcome, friends. I am pleased to welcome you all, physically and virtually, to the middle school today for the promotion of our 8th graders, the class of 2025. We've been listening to music performed and recorded this year by students of the middle school and upper school instrumental music ensembles, and later we will have the opportunity to hear some live performances as well. To the faculty sitting behind the students, to the faculty administrators sitting behind me here on stage, and to the family and friends from home or abroad, thank you for sharing this moment in the lives of these students, and thank you for sending such wonderful kids to our school. Throughout this year, our Leadership Council took an active role in guiding the activities offered to the school, online for much of the year and eventually in person. On Monday school meetings, they were run by the students, seamlessly shifting between a shared presentation, an embedded link to a video, introducing and spotlighting speakers, and summarizing action items for all the students. Sam Paraputi and Aaron Bao both played an integral role in this organization, And as the elected 8th grade officers for this school year, they have earned the opportunity to address their class today. Before shelter in place, you might have seen Sam out on the soccer field, fearlessly tending goal for the team. And this year, Sam chose to spend some time reading relatively heavy philosophical texts as part of the Discovery X program. Aaron's comfort on stage is well established through his shows, such as Mary Poppins, performances in harmonics, and this year through both Dance Jams and High Voltage, our middle school dance show and team. Please welcome Sam and Aaron to the stage.
Hey folks, thanks for being here today, or listening for all you parents over there. While brainstorming this speech, I was allowed the opportunity to reflect on our 3 years in middle school together, and how everyone has really changed me for the better. And in doing so, I came to the conclusion that, thanks to you, both me and my hair have come out of middle school better than we came in. In 6th grade, my hair was in 2 braids. Thank you. I was new to the school and stuck to what I had known before. In 7th grade, it was in a single braid, and I was feeling a lot more comfortable here. I would also like to take this opportunity to apologize to Sid for doing that, because now she keeps getting called Sam. In 8th grade, I gathered the courage to cut it, like I had always wanted to do. You all have encouraged me to make so many decisions that I wouldn't have even considered had I not been through these experiences with you. You all have made more of an impact on my life than you or even I will ever know of, and I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank you for that. Middle school was a time of change, and thanks to you, that change ended in growth. After reflecting on our past experiences, we began looking towards our future. We must not be deterred from taking the next step. There will be setbacks, there will be obstacles, and recognizing that is key to overcoming them. And most importantly, learning from them. Throw away the guidebook, and instead of looking for opportunities that fit a rigid list that colleges like, write your own guidebook, because the spontaneous, beautiful, random things are the moments that actually enrich our lives. The future is only as uncertain as you make it out to be. And that type of mindset is how you change the standard, how you beat the system, how you become the next experts. Now, what I want you to think about as we leave this campus as its students for the last time is that being a freshman is something to look forward to. There are so many more opportunities, so many more things we can do in high school. And I am confident that you all will come out each year a better person than you came in. Because so far, watching you grow into the people you are today has been my pleasure entirely. From your skits at the 6th grade camping trip, to our initial return to field day to our initial return to campus on field day, or every time we've heard Dynamite by BTS being played after school, we've overcome. But now we start a new journey, and thanks to us being such a tight-knit community, it'll never end. Or maybe it'll just last for the next 4 years, who knows? I'm kidding. So thank you to all the wonderful teachers who've helped kindle my love for learning, the fantastic faculty who helped me get through the days without opening a can of worms, and just everyone who made this campus so full of life. I'm excited to see how you all change. How you all grow next year. And who knows, maybe I'll dye my hair in 9th grade. Thank you for being here once again, and now I'll pass the baton on to Aaron.
Thanks, Sam. Today, our middle school careers are coming to an end. The next chapter of our lives lies ahead of us. And looking back on our past 3 years, I am confident in saying that we are definitely prepared in facing whatever obstacles we may encounter on our journey through high school. In 6th grade, we experienced a step into brand new territory, a blank page, a place both familiar and unfamiliar at the same time. In 7th grade, we experienced a huge change in the middle of the year, a pandemic sending us into remote learning and shaking the foundation of what we had just gotten used to. And now, as our final year in the middle school comes to a close, we can look back at every great struggle and little victory we have earned along the way. We have seized opportunities and experienced changes all through middle school. Opportunities academically with grades and extracurriculars, and opportunities to branch out and create new friendships or strengthen old ones. And in these 6-foot distances and quarantines, we found something new, something special in connection. And in this very connection, we realized that we would not be where we are today without help and support along the way. Our teachers are the ones who have laid the foundation of our learning, and the ones who have supported us in our endeavors. Our parents have supported us throughout our entire lives and everything that we have done. Thank you to all who have had the patience to help us pursue our goals and instilled in us the confidence to explore ourselves. And thank you to all who have made our middle school experience a great experience. There will be tough choices to be made in the long run. There's no denying that. But with the next 4 years to redefine who we are, I encourage you to have faith that you will never forget what you have learned here. You will never forget the chances you've taken, the transformations you've all undergone, and the opportunities that give you the chance to realize aspirations. And now, you sit here, awaiting for what the future withholds. So embrace change. It's going to happen, and you might as well like it. Embrace it with the knowledge that as this chapter ends, we will be ready to begin the next. Thank you.
String Quartet and Mr. Wong. Ms. Williams is an active supporter of all things student-focused. She teaches expository writing, but what she really does is help students find and express their voice. She is a leader in diversity, equity, and inclusion, has worked to help students see themselves as more than their GPA, and she is the dean of this class, working with the advisors to lead their advisories and you through middle school. On a personal level, she is proud to represent her Louisiana roots, cheering for the Saints, and has 3 kids who are current or former Harker students, including a graduate from just a few weeks ago. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Williams.
I'm supposed to spray too, right? All right. What am I spraying? That, come on now. Okay. Wow. Look at you. You made it. You survived a pandemic. And you look fabulous, I must say. For those of you who don't know me, as Mr. Barth shared, I am a 7th grade expository writing teacher and the dean. And my last and perhaps greatest responsibility and challenge as dean is to say something wise that will motivate and inspire you as you close this chapter of middle school and begin a new adventure. Here goes. As you embark on this adventure, it is likely that your family and friends may ask you, what do you plan to do in high school? Will you play soccer? Will you join DECA? Will you debate? Will you run for student council? Before you answer these questions, I want you to think about what you have already done. What a year. You were forced to do 8th grade differently. The 2021 school year was tough, and you lost a lot. But it was not all bad. First of all, you completed an entire school year on Zoom. This is something that we never imagined as possible 2 years ago. You attended online classes, most likely in your pajamas at least once. You turned in a year's worth of work digitally. In science, you built your own foldable microscopes, and you built your own bird beaks. You participated in the first ever virtual dance show. You won debate tournaments held entirely online. You had virtual socials and found tools to connect with friends in ways you hadn't before. You watched the daily COVID death count rise. You watched employment rates drop. You watched food bank lines grow. You watched an insurrection at the Capitol live on TV. You were reminded almost daily that racism and hate still exists in our country. You even lived through the great toilet paper shortage. At the end of last year, many of you did a presentation based on a trending YouTube video titled The Great Realization. You were asked to reflect on what you learned or gained during the pandemic. You shared that with the pandemic you gained and were excited about family dinners, game nights, bike rides, nature walks. You learned to bake bread, decorate cakes, build indoor racetracks, and knit. Some of you were even lucky enough to convince your parents to adopt a quarantine pet. It is safe to say that you learned to do things differently. So what does that mean? What does it mean when you realize that you can do things differently? You can do things in a way that have never been done before. There is a power in this realization because that means that you can pursue endless possibilities and you can create. And if you're like me, you realize it means that you can no longer hide behind the comfort of how we've always done things. Now we have to be open to finding different ways to solve problems and achieve our goals. Perhaps the last year helped us to see the value in slowing down, doing less, collaborating and not competing, listening to others, standing in solidarity with those who are marginalized, taking a risk, embracing the unknown, doing something different that we have never tried before. Perhaps it's time that we do things differently. No, not perhaps. We, in fact, need to do things differently because the new normal is no longer the normal that we left behind. So as you enter high school, and you start kicking around that question, what are you going to do? Maybe you do something differently because you've proven you can. And in doing it differently, maybe you show that it can be done better. This may not be easy or comfortable. It might even be frightening to dare to be different. But change may be exactly what we need. And not just on a small scale as what does our school need, but what do we need as a nation, as a society, and as a world? We've done things the old way long enough. Now it's your turn. Do it differently. Do it better. And for all you've done, and all I know you will do, know how incredibly proud I am of each and every one of you. Congratulations to the 8th grade class of 2021.
Thank you, Jazz Band. Dawson Chen is obviously an active participant in Student Council. He has helped run the Lead and Read program between the upper school and lower school, and as an elected leader, spends his energy thinking about how he can make everyone else have a better experience. To quote Mr. Keller from the upper school, Dawson is selfless. As next year's upper school ASB president, we have asked Dawson to share a few words with us today. Please welcome Dawson.
Hello. Hello, parents, teachers, faculty, and the class of 2025. When Mr. Barth first invited me to address you today, the class of 2025, I thought, 2025, how, with my old age, could I possibly communicate effectively with these youngsters? So I thought, maybe, do I break out my Minecraft references and wear a creeper head to their graduation? Well, nothing seemed to bridge the gap between my archaic, fossilized mind and your youthful character. So, naturally, after struggling for not just 1 hour or 2, but 3 whole minutes, I thought, why not just tell a couple of stories? Middle school was a time when I first began to discover who I wanted to be. I learned to work hard and to appreciate our community. My first story is about resilience and perseverance. Once, as I cowardly infiltrated the domain of Mrs. Sassone to seek out the results of my first ever algebra test, I was instantly paralyzed by her frightening gaze. I knew I was doomed. Oh, I understood the concepts, and I sort of did the homework, but there was no use. Her disappointed expression after grading our tests suggested that the only path to success was to eradicate my venomous urges to find homework answers in the back of the book and to sharpen my factoring skills until my brain imploded. No, I'm just kidding. She was pretty nice about it. But the experience of middle school math classes has instilled in me a notion of working hard and taking no shortcuts. My second story is about friendship and community. For movie night in 8th grade, my friends and I each wholeheartedly prepared a signature dish, including gluten-free cookies and chicken wings baked in malfunctioning ovens. Our cookies were infused with a uniquely cardboard-esque flavor, and our chicken wings were burnt to perfection. But within 30 minutes, the audience had burnt wing sauce and chocolate cardboard chips all over their faces. And I couldn't help but marvel at the cheerful, cozy atmosphere that we managed to create together with the power of community. I hope today and this summer you take the opportunity to recall your fondest memories, whether it's cramming your expository writing essays, winning an epic sports game, or going to your first dance. And share those memories with the friends, teachers, coaches, and family that you experience them with. Next year, you will find a new home at the upper school with hundreds of more archaic, fossilized minds who will warmly welcome you and guide you. So whether you consider yourself an athlete, an artist, or, less commonly seen at Harker, a programmer, debater, or mathlete, consider exploring new paths. For now, it's time for you to enjoy a well-earned summer break, to reflect on how far you've come, and to celebrate your growth and accomplishments these past 3 years. So class of 2025, congratulations. I'm excited to see you soon, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Dawson. And now, without further ado, Mr. Yeager will be awarding the promotion certificates to each member of the class of 2025. Summer Adler. Maya Afaki. Savia Agarwal. Claire Anderson. Kylie Anderson. Hayden Andrews. Rajas Apta. Manika Aaron. Soham Aurora. Anandita Arun. Tej Aswani. Vedant Balachandran. Shivan Balaji. Aaron Bao. Oscar Baumgart. Ariana Barali. Sanvi Bhargav. Varun Bupati. Brian Binkley. Arav Borthaker. Stephanie Bosolina. Angelina Burrows. Nikhil Chada. Gemma Chan. Aaron Chen. Ainsley Chen. Bella Chen. Daniel Chen. Felix Chen. George Chen. Audrey Chang. Claire Chang. Andy Chung. Nolan Dagum. Ananya Das. Naya Patel Daswani. Sophie Grace Degorizia. Shiv Deokar. Drew Diffenderfer. Karen Eisenberg. Yasmin Imanovich Miseli. Corey Fan. Audrey Fang. Mirabelle Fang. Robert Fields. Charlotte Folk. Benjamin Fu. Ariana Galba. Satvika Gotham. Ian Gerstner. Avena Glass. Tanisha Goal. Caleb Golden. Nelson Go. Tiffany Gu. Kaya Ethan Guan. Aaron Guo. Aret Gupta. Rumi Gupta. Chilling Han. Sahil Herrero. Jacqueline Huang. Rushil Jaiswal. Muja Jiang. Stephen Jiang. Gary Jin. Sriteja Kataru. Ria Kohli. Keshav Kodamraju. Neil Krishnan. Rishi Lalvani. Hannah Lebanon. Eric Lee. Eva Lee. Jason Lee. Juliana Lee. Kyle Lee. Abigail Lim. Austin Liu. Natalie Liu. Isabella Lowe. Andre Liu. Genevieve Malinin. Sophie Marino. Katarina Mata. Stefan Maxim. Layla McClure. Chase Milheim. Harris Miller. Emma Milner. Young Min. Alve Monga. Ori Muramatsu. Luke Ni. Annika Palapothu. Shivraj Panja. Chelsea Park. Lindsay Park. Sam Paraputi. Adam Poliger. Claire Pern. Nikhil Pasadi. Kashish Priyam. Saira Ramakrishnan. Rohan Ramkumar. Agastya Ravuri. Oliver Roman. Sophia Rufus. Ruhan Sahasi. Veer Sahasi. Abigail Bruno Samuel. Navia Samuel. Sid Sangari. Danny Schwartz. Sabrina Self. Jason Shim. Ian Sims. Jacob Smith. Vivek Smith. Leo Sopchin. Bahar Sodethi. Zachary Sorare. Bhavya Srinivasan. Shruti Srinivasan. Rebecca Stocks. Hannah Streeper. Caitlin Sue. Yasmin Sudarsanam. Shaila Tandon. Caleb Tang. Hema Thota. Varun Thavar. Michael Tachenko. Conlin Tran. Lindsay Tuckey. Arush Valaya. Sahil Varma. Dia Verma. Vyom Vidyarthi. Liana Wan. Aiden Wang. Charlize Wang. Ethan Wang. Jessica Wang. Jonathan Wang. Nathan Wilcox. Caitlin Wong. Arthur Wu. Bowen Shia. Jonathan Shui. Vedant Yadav. Rahul Yala. Rohit Yala. Rithika Yamasani. Allison Yang. Allison Yang. Grant Yang. Melody Yin. Sonia Yu. Luke Zhang. Max Zai. Alec Zhang. Eric Zhang. Jeffrey Zhang. Claire Zhao. Alex Zong. Sophia Zhu. Let's give our students and each other a round of applause. I'd like to also thank Mr. Hirota for going audible there and changing a little bit of our flow, because we'd be sitting here for about 15 minutes waiting for the last picture to be taken. We'll pick those up at the end, I am sure. A year ago March, as we were settling into what we hoped would be a short shelter in place, an experiment in remote learning, I set up an outdoor office on our front patio. Between Zoom meetings, phone calls, composing the emails that you all look forward to reading with almost reckless abandon, there were a lot of still moments. No cars, no planes, just birds. One particular bird caught my attention because I had never seen or heard it before. And let me tell you, this showy male wanted to be heard. I think I had to mute myself a few times because of his territorial insistence. But here was my realization. I've lived in this house for almost 10 years and in the area for 28, and I consider myself an ardent observer of nature and kids. And I had never heard or seen this bird. My birding book, Google, the Audubon Society webpage, lots of pictures, and then sound bites from the internet confirmed my nesting, egg-laying pair and very vocal male were spotted towhees. They are a common songbird, and let me tell you, they are indeed ubiquitous. On every walk in the hills last spring and summer and again this year, I heard and hear spotted towhees everywhere, letting us all know that this is their neighborhood. So 2020 is my year of the spotted towhee. Knowledge and realizations brought about because of a drastic change in our lives. As we return to a normal existence, meet people face to face, get back to the business and busyness of life, my question to you is, what will you remember and take away from this last part of your middle school years? I heard Miss Williams say to do it your way, and I wonder what you might have observed about yourself or the world that will inform your thoughts and decisions going forward. The status quo can work, but I encourage you to be observant and seek out changes that will make you happy and happier. I am confident that is an effective strategy for you to get the most out of high school and beyond, and I hope you will embrace it. It doesn't mean you shouldn't work hard, and on occasion just get it done because you have to. That's a part of school and life. But take time to observe yourself and the world around you and make changes so you can be happy. And if you also see or hear a spotted towhee in your backyard, enjoy the songs and let me know about it. Parents and friends, thank you for joining us online this afternoon. And thank you for sending your amazing kids to Harker. I know they will continue to impress and inspire you and us with their creativity and drive over the years. At the end of this promotion ceremony, we normally turn to face our guests and sing the school song. Today, as I congratulate you all on your promotion from middle school, instead of singing, I ask that you take your bubble wands from beneath your chairs and turn and wave your appreciation to your parents. Students, please stand and turn and wave your appreciation. Thank you for joining us today, and have a good evening.